Welcome to my channel. My name is Marlies and let's make a journal page together. I already created a Christmas page in this journal before, so I am going to use some similar materials, and this backdrop is one of them. And also later on you will see I will bring in some deco sheets, the red and sparkly one, just to make it a cohesive look. While making the pocket for this page, you do not have to be very precise and perfect with the paper, just tear it in a shape that you prefer and like. Now let's embellish this pocket. I cut out 2 labels with the die sets from the Chapter 3 release from Holtz and Sizzix this year. And you can see I cut out one in ledger paper and I cut out one in the red and sparkly deco sheet. And what I'm doing right now is I want only the outer line of this label, so I'm cutting out the inside. When the cutting is done, you will be left with 2 pieces, the frame, the outer frame, and of course also the inside, but that is also a piece of paper that you could use as a label again. To give the rectangle shaped pocket a little bit more room for like ephemera or pieces of paper cards to slide in and out very well, I'm going to add an extra strip of paper on the left and the bottom. I have put the page and the glued pocket to the side to dry, so now I have my hands free to decorate the label that we just created before. After using a sanding block on this girl's image, it will fit right in the right corner of the label. I think she is cute and the sitting position is very nice. Of course, do not forget to rub some brownish ink on all the edges. And also all the other elements, you can roughen up the edges with the paper distresser and make them a little bit more brown. So what do I have right now to embellish this frame and label? Of course, the base is the label and the frame on top. Then the little girl, the paper doll. I have a little tab also from the Sizzix release Chapter 3. And a little piece of ephemera and a small green label that I am going to embellish right now with the Christmas remnant rubs. The remnant rubs are one of my favorite products to use. They blend in very well and they have all kind of sizes, so you have small pieces to decorate, but even larger imagery to fill in some blanks or clear spaces. Besides using the remnant rubs to fill in some blank spaces, I also use the Christmas design tape to do the same. Do not think that you have to use the remnant rubs in total. You can quite easily cut it into size for just that one little corner that needs some decoration. That also goes for words and sentences, because if you only need a couple of numbers or only one word out of a sentence, just cut them into the right size. And that is also what I'm doing right now. I am just rubbing down one word, and it was supposed to be 2 words, and I just cut it into the right size for this embellishment. Every little detail in your work matters, so on the tab that I already glued on the left side of this label, I am just adding a little strip of the designer tape just to give it an extra layer. You might think, will this little piece add to my project, but look at the close-up, it really looks nice. This specific patterned design tape I already used before, so that means I want it on this page too. I want some materials to come back in every page, and this is one of them. So I am adding a strip to the bottom of the pocket. So for now we have the label decorated, we have added an eyelet into the tab, and I also added a loop pin through that. And how cute is it to make a little embellishment to make it like a finished piece. To make this little embellishment, I cut out a little label with a Tim Holtz die set, and I also embellished it with an adornment snowflake. The snowflake had a little treatment before gluing it down. I used some Foundry Wax Mind and some alcohol ink smolder just to age it a little bit. Let's put all elements together. So on the bottom we have the design tape. I'm going to put an extra piece of ruler out of the ephemera pack on top of it. And on top of the pocket I have an extra little label with a remnant rub. So yeah, it gives a more layered effect. And of course on top of that will go the big label. I also want to create something that goes inside of the pocket that we just created. This sheet I already made before with the collage tiles. And when you make a big sheet for yourself, you can use it throughout your whole project. Again, I would like to create a layered effect on this piece of ephemera. I am tearing down this piece of ledger paper, and it will go on top of the collage tiles as a flap that can open and close. This little journal card will fit right on the bottom of the collage tiles. You can make it as a journal spot, but you could also make a pocket out of it. Right now I am looking around and just to see which materials I want to repeat again, and there comes in the design tape. And I thought it would be nice to make a beautiful strip on top of the paper. After putting down the design tape, I had some time to gather some beautiful pieces of ephemera that I can use as an embellishment for the cover. At this point I was missing something, and this is my missing link, the deco sheet, and I thought it would be nice to add an extra layer on top of the flap. For now, my layout for the front of this flap is ready, and as soon as you have your layout done, it is time to roughen up all the edges of your ephemera and papers. Of course, ink all the edges with a brown ink, and then it is time to assemble everything. Then I realized that I forgot something because the collage tiles were glued onto a white sheet. I do not want the back of this sheet to be white, so I am covering it up with a beautiful journal card. It is never too late to change something, so if something is not right for you, just make some adjustments. So time to stitch alongside all edges, and you can glue the journal card down, but you can also stitch them down bottom, left and right side, so you will create a pocket. Also, do not be afraid to cut into your ephemera, because if it is too large or something is sticking out, just cut off any excess. I saw quite a white area underneath the deer, so I want to decorate that, and I'm using the sticker book to do so. Now we're going to glue down the deer, and you will immediately see what I mean with filling up those blank areas, because the deer is much better with something behind it. Time to glue the cover and the back together, so give the flap a little bit of glue and attach it to the collage tile backing. I want to add a little bit more volume to this piece of ephemera. I'm going to do that with some old vintage papers. Some of them will go inside of the pocket and other ones will go behind this pocket and will be clipped down with a paper clip. I hope you enjoyed my video and got some new ideas and inspiration out of it. If you did and you like it, please like, subscribe or comment down below. You can also support my content via my Patreon page and also via my Ko-fi page, where I offer free digitals and also digital kits.